So we should see pink fluid come out of here when I turn the pump on, in theory. Hey everybody, I'm going to do a little bit of winter prep on the trailer. You can see we've had a little bit of snow a couple times already. It's only the first week in October. I'm going to bypass the hot water tank and drain it. I'm going to change the anoid too. It was getting pretty thin. I've already drained the main freshwater tank. I got to get at the low point drains. You can see the sign, which are right under here somewhere. Right there. And I'm going to put in a little winterizing kit. I got to crawl in there. I got to get all that stuff out of there to get at the hot water. Got the furnace on in here. Trying to keep warm. It's chilly out. But what I have a blowout plug. I have the new anoid and a winterizing kit. So I'll be able to plug this in. It's got a T. Plug it in where the pump, and it'll suck in the antifreeze. And basically what that'll do is you just run it all through the pump. And you run all your taps until the pink comes out. But I'm going to blow all the remaining water out of there first. And then the drains, we'll just pour a little bit of antifreeze down the drains. All the P-traps, U-traps, whatever you want to call them. So under the sink is where we got to get at, down there, that panel down there. That's where the pump is. So this is the Camco version of it. This is the kit, winterizing kit. Basically it shows you right in the picture right there. Gives you instructions on here. Goes on the draw side of the pump. You put the T in, reconnect, and then put the end in and run the pump. And the blowout tells you basically to open everything, but take the low water drain points, let them drain. When everything stops, close everything but one faucet, apply compressed air, blow out until water stops running, and then repeat with each faucet. So we got kitchen faucet, got washroom faucet, got shower, and outside shower. So there's 4 things we have to deal with. And I won't have to put the anoid, I don't even have to take it out of the package, I'll just leave it here. Won't have to put that until the spring. But we'll take the other one out and see what it looks like. Alright, hopefully you can see. You got one red, one blue, hot water, cold water. Might need 2, yeah. You need two wrenches here. Okay, so all the taps are open. These are the low point. so that continues to drain. I'm gonna see if I can get at the bypasses on the hot water tank. Alright, I'm in the front storage compartment. Hot water tank is just behind that piece of wood there. Gonna crawl in and see if we can change over the valves. Yeah, I've blocked off my access to the under the bed. I didn't want to be able to access both, so you can't reach under the bed and reach it. You got to crawl in the front here. So I'm going to crawl in. Not much different than going into one of the mines or the tunnels that I've been in. Now, alright, so there's two valves there, both facing the opposite way. So we just turn, if I can do this here. So we'll just turn them both, whichever way they turn, that way and that way. So now the tank is bypassed. The water will just go around this loop here. You can see what I'm pointing at, around the loop. Now I can drain the hot water tank. And when I pump the antifreeze through, it won't go into the hot water tank. Don't want any antifreeze in the hot water tank. Alright, hot water tank. We just have to take the anoid out. I got a 1/2 inch ratchet with 11/16, but you could probably just use a crescent wrench with a screwdriver on the end to turn this thing. I don't think it's in there that tight. Well, maybe. No, it's not that bad. And that drains all the gunk. Well, the anoid's still... I'm going to change it out anyways. You can see all the crap that comes off of it. So that's draining the hot water tank. Okay, so I just leave the anoid there, and this cap from the freshwater tank drain already been taken off and drained. That's over the rear axles. So that's it for the hot water tank. So everything's drained to the low point. So I can put the low point caps back on now. So these are all plastic fittings, so they don't have to be real tight. I'll snug them up a bit, but they have the stopper in there that seals it. So I'll just tighten them up a little bit. Like I said, don't over tighten them. The plastic will strip. Alright, there's your pump. And there should be an arrow on here. Yeah, there's an arrow right on the filter there. Tells you it comes in this way. Oh, there's an arrow there on the pump too, right there. So it pumps out this way. As the filter one would come from the freshwater tank back that way and filter through, keep the big chunks out from going into the pump. So we're gonna take that apart. Alright, and as future reference, I always keep these things and just throw them in a pouch and leave them in the trailer. Then you always have them. There's our brass T, the valve. So I'll even give you some plumbing tape and the line. So you can see daylight through there. Now if I turn that, can't see daylight through there. You see the white stopper. So when you turn that, then you'll be taken from this end. You can see that end right there. That's where the intake for the plumbing antifreeze is going to go. And then when you're just regularly running it, you can take that thing off and put the cap on, and then turn the valve and it'll run straight through. Still got some water in the filter there. We'll just unscrew the filter. Take the water out. It's a good time to have a rag or something to wipe up water with. A little rubber seal on there. Don't want to lose that. Now, I don't know if this hose will turn. Oh yeah, it will. I just hold the hose and crank it off. Okay, so you got lots of adjustment on that. So this piece they give you is going to go on here, and then the three-way valve will go on that way, and then that'll go back in there. So some plumber's tape on here. Not a lot of space here. Yeah. And I'll also wrap the tape on the threaded ends on the T. And the end cap has a little rubber O-ring in it, so I shouldn't need any tape on there. And there's a rubber stopper on here, so it should snug up, and that'll be good. You gotta be very careful. You can easily cross thread these stupid things, being that it's plastic. Filter head on, hopefully. I don't think it'll go one more, so maybe it will. Make sure this hose isn't kinked. And that's facing straight down. Alright, I didn't see any arrows on this valve, but the longer portion with the check mark is supposed to go this way. So that would be open like that, and that would be running through. So just something to keep an eye out. So you know, when I put it in backwards, and now I had to turn it around, but Should be good now. Now, once again, dealing with plastic, you got to make sure you get that threaded properly. Maybe I'll just snug that on because it's got the rubber gasket. And it should be ready to go. Alright, in theory, that should be ready to pump the antifreeze into the system. But we got to blow out the system yet. There's still water in there. So we got to turn all the faucets off but one, and then blow them out. This is where it might be handy to have a second person. And we also got to make sure that we don't get too high of a pressure in the system. Alright, so we got the outlet pressure, regulator, tank pressure being pumped up right now. This is the one we got to worry about. This is the knob that sets it. Regulator, increase that way, counterclockwise, decrease. So you can see the needle moving. I'll go put it at 50. About 51, 52. Then I'm yelling now. Okay, so set it about 51, 52. Alright, so the only only faucet we have open right now is the outside shower. And just under the outside shower is the city water connection where I put the plug in. So hook that up. And you can see that blowing water out. So that one's pretty much finished. So we'll go around, shut those off. I'll go around and I'll do the other ones inside. We got the kitchen faucet. And after all this, we have to drain the fresh water out of the gray water tank. Oh, and I forgot to mention we got the toilet too. I gotta do the toilet too. Hey, that one's pretty good. I'm gonna do the shower. Sink. And the toilet. Woohoo! All right. So that should be good. I can go shut the air off now. Okay, in theory, ready to go. Should see pink fluid go into the system. Turning the pump on. Open the tap. Make sure you let it flowing good. And the antifreeze down the drain should take care of the U drain, or the P-trap as they call it. Now I got to go around and do that to all the taps. Alright, system's full, everything's off. I'm going to put the little cap on here. Tighten that up. I'm just going to leave this hose right inside here so it's ready for next year. Got about 1/3 of a jug left. I'm going to dump that into the P-traps. I've gone outside and I drained the black and the gray of the water that we blew through. So I'm just going to dump a little bit down the drains just to make sure the P-traps are good. And then it should be good. Got the cap back on. Turned back to normal. So next year, all I got to do is put the cap on the freshwater tank, fill the freshwater tank, put the anoid back in the hot water tank, but don't turn on the bypass, don't turn off the bypass taps to the hot water tank until you've totally flushed the system. So you're gonna have to flush the system with water. Just basically just run the pump and freshwater tank water will flush everything out. Take all the antifreeze out of your taps and everything, and then you can fill your hot water tank. And then you're good to go. So I hope you enjoyed the video. It was a learning process for me. I've never done that before, and obviously I had to put it all together, so hopefully everything's good. Alright, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.